mostly keep distance, but not because of
What?
Can you explain from?
Hey! I don't know what the word is. Can you explain?
You have a chance. I want to remember.
She wants to remember.
I want to
remember. You don't have to say exactly what was in it. If you can misunderstand and say it.
We have a goal. It was to see the pattern, causing the difference between emotional reactions. We decided to do our project. Based on the process of gift receiving. Firstly, because in this process both gender and culture are involved. Besides, this is an interpersonal situation in which people. You can say it if you like.
Okay. Our first step was to do some experiments to test our hypotheses. We had different types of interactions between people with different genders and from different cultures. We decided to have experimental studies of all the possibilities of interactions between these people. The experiment happened in a room. A person should have written a message on a card as a gift to another person, and the process of the gift giving was filmed. We needed the films to discuss the reactions of the gift receiver.
Did you say anything about the interview?
No, not now.
I think that it's important to say something about the interview.
When is
the part of the student? Like we need to say that interview was part of our experiment as well.
Oh, after
we filmed the giving process,
we would interview the gift receiver.
Yeah, you should probably say that.
Yeah, we would interview.
In all of the videos, we had criteria for observation, which involve.
Can you remember it if I don't write it?
Записать надо.
You should say first that in peoples from different cultures interactions.
We have some technical. Not technical. Yes. Let's say organizational. Well, can you see? Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Today we would like to present Psychology project. Here we have a goal. It was to see the factor causing difference between emotional reactions. We decided to do our project based on this process of gift receiving. Yeah. And firstly, because in this process both gender and culture are involved, and besides, this is an interpersonal situation in which people's emotional are involved, and we have two hypotheses. The first, there are gender particularities in expressing emotions, and the second, there are certain cultural norms in expressing emotions in situations of social interaction. And we were interested to know if people from different culture and gender could understand each other.
Our first step was to do experiments to test our hypotheses. We have different people from different cultures and different genders, and we wanted to have experimental series from all of these different people. And our experiment was in a room. One person should write a message on a card as a gift for another person, and all the process was filmed because we needed the films to discuss the people's reactions. And okay, next. And there were some things that might have influenced our results, but the size of sample, we didn't have enough time and enough people. And the existence of the camera or some individual characteristics might have influenced our results because people might have felt more nervous. And the number of participants from different cultures were not the same, and we didn't have enough people. And there were some problems with the people's knowledge of English, and some people were more nervous to talk in English.
For analyzing the videos, we have criteria of observation which involved factors showing people emotions. We used nominative and interval scales. People without knowing show their feelings, their will. One moment. Their body contact, body language, sounds, relaxation, and amplitude of movement. After the experiments, we interviewed these received and asked questions from 3 subjects: feelings, action, and culture.
In the process of data analyzing, we analyzed people's reactions and compared them. We divided the experiments into different groups. Male-male interaction. So with all situations, boys felt uncomfortable, which share the sense for them being close and tense. They felt formally, and receiving a gift from a boy was so strange for them. Male-to-male interaction. How much? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. They were very thankful and mostly not so open attached. They were mostly ready to establish relationships. There was more body contact into male-to-male interaction. Male-to-male interaction. Girls were confused when receiving gifts. However, despite feeling uncomfortable, they stagnant. Their reaction was not natural, but based on social acceptable behaviors. And what was male-male interaction? However, they didn't want to establish a relationship. They didn't show any emotions, and most of them tried to look perfect and unsensitive.
In interactions between people from different cultures, Russians mostly think they give based on cultural norms and were mostly open to body contact. Boys mostly kept distance but not because of the cultural norm. Iranian girls always hugged. However, generally no girl hugged a boy. All the Russian participants expressed dislike of their gifts.
In the interaction between people from state cultures, surprisingly, there were more tense because we discovered that in interaction between different cultures, the interactions are more formal, so people feel less tender in them. And moreover, it was not like criteria, but we found out that people from different cultures keep different distances with each other. And in the comparison of amplitude of movement, the median value was statistically significant, and the value of P was less than 0.05. Generally, there was no big amplitude, but boys, despite being more tense, they showed much bigger amplitude. We found out that it was because they expected themselves to answer the handshake with the same amplitude, but the girls didn't feel the same about the hug. And in the comparison of being open or closed, the males were more closed.
Общие параметры нейробных направлений.
And the comparison of being tense or relaxed, the value of tense and not so relaxed were statistically significant, and the both values of P were less than 0.05. In conclusion, we can say that most people are not so open and relaxed when they meet new people or strange people. And the males prefer to receive gifts from females, but it doesn't have a difference for females to who is the gift giver. And only the people from Italy and Thailand expected themselves to return a gift. The others generally didn't care. And we found out that the women are more open than men in these interactions. And we found out that non-verbal reactions are generally the same between people, and there are slight differences, cultural and individual differences. That's why we can understand each other's body language, although we are from different cultures and genders. And we found out that boys are more tense in these situations because social norms are more important for them. So, and they don't know what to do with this situation generally, so they are more tense. And at the end we can say that both our hypotheses were proved, and both gender and culture factors are involved and in the people's emotional reactions. Okay, thank you for your attention.
Questions? Any participants? Participants first. Lots of questions. Okay.
How many samples for each part of your experiment were chosen once? And the second one is, how can you relate the age and gender to the reaction? Because the age is also important. You didn't test, you didn't, use. For example, a young adult, you just, the teenagers, okay, you're all teenagers. So I think the title male is very general term, and it cannot include all males here, okay, because we have different males. We have young, for example, 15 years, 16, they're all still low age, I suppose. And we have also younger males, above 20, so they might have different reactions. So I think you have to change the title, not to the male, but teenagers, because the age is very important in expression of feelings.
Okay, for each, we had 4 situations like male, female, male, and for all of them we used Russian to Russian, Russian to other cultures, other cultures with other cultures. So we had 16 samples. And we choose Russian because there were more Russian people. It was important for us. And about age, we didn't think about age because we have limits, because mostly all people here are at the same age. But yeah.
Okay. One question.
Very similar question, that is on. So what information was given to the participants and what exactly they were asked to do?
At first, after picking them, we sent one of them that was going to be the gift receiver in the room, and we didn't say anything to them, just that it was a psychological experiment. But to the gift giver, we said that they had to write a message on a card addictive, and nothing else. And they all knew that they were victims.
Okay, and have you done any observations on the person who was given the gift?
No, we didn't have the time. It would be perfect if we had the time, but we didn't, because it would influence many things, like how the gift giver would show emotions, would have, of course, influenced the gift receiver, but we didn't have enough time.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, finally.
Why do you think you have only girls and generally Russian girls?
It's not a question about the research. Actually, did you understand it? No. Why is that so? That in your teams there are only girls and mostly Russian girls?
I have no idea.
Thank you. Are you satisfied with the answer?
Оля, можно на вывод? Скажите, пожалуйста, какие из этих выводов вы уверенно можете сказать, что будут работать в иной ситуации, вне школы, а какие, скорее всего, это только эффект вот именно специфики этой ситуации?
Can you tell me which of the conclusions will still work, which of what you have discovered will still work in a different situations? Definitely. And which of them are specific only for this one, the international research school? Because, well, you know, we have a kind of special atmosphere here, yes?
I think generally women would be more open than men in this situation. And what we said about nonverbal reactions, and all people from all around the world, even if they don't know their language, they can understand each other somehow from their body language. And I don't know, maybe boys were more tense in this situation, maybe because of their age. Maybe because of their age. And our hypothesis was proved.
Okay.
Another question from the participants. I think that you also have to consider the context, because the same thing, but on the street, not you keep us in the car in a room and then wait there and then know what you're going to do. The reaction will be different, I think. Do you agree?
And one problem we had was with the camera, because we didn't have the right to film people without them knowing. But if they didn't know there was a camera, they would act.
Yeah, I think so.
Would you tell a little about your own personal growth after this project? Did you improve your communication skills? You became more self-confident.
Okay,
tell us about how you personally developed your
like after watching the videos, some of us felt that, oh, this is me, I act like this. And we found out that some things like our body language, we don't know about them. It's there unconsciously. And so I think after that, all of us would observe more accurately. People will observe people more accurately, and we will understand them better, and we will understand ourselves better.
I don't know if girls, I'm interested if the girls from other countries agree or disagree with you. If there are some cultural differences.
I know how they do.
реакция человека связана с тем, чем он напитывается. И в вашем исследовании можно было бы еще посмотреть или спросить дополнительный вопрос. Если кумиром из, допустим, телевизионных, какой телевизионный герой является кумиром, и второе, какое количество друзей у него есть, допустим, девочки и мальчики, либо общие есть. Это первый вопрос.
Индивидуальность.
А второе, значит, можно было бы посмотреть на те же самые реакции до школы и после того, как эта школа проходит.
So these are actually not quite questions, these are comments or suggestions for further development of your research. Firstly, you could have asked who the person likes among, I don't know, TV celebrities, or how many friends the person has. Or you could also try to observe the reactions at the beginning of the IRS and at the end of it. They could be different, probably. So this is not a question, this is just a suggestion.
I think it feels like so users have so many results and they have not enough time to work on it.
That's clear.
But we can do it somehow.
May I? Okay, that's good.
Okay, thanks for your presentation. It was quite well with your emotions. It was awesome. I have a question. I think it's quite simple. Don't you think that the emotion was linked mostly to the mood of the person, not to the age or teenage, not to the culture, not to the male or female, but to mood? Yes, no, I don't know.
Слишком похожие, чтобы это было настроение. Слишком похожие реакции, чтобы это было настроение. Я молчу.
But I think girls and boys, they all have something not dependent on mood. I think there are a lot of persons, I think we have a question, do you feel happy in an interview? And most of person may say yes, I feel happy. I don't think it really depends on mood, because some, I don't know, girls have their own, I think all girls and all boys have something common, at least. Maybe it depends on mood, but I think something at least depends on girls, boys, culture.
This difference, yes? This difference. Okay, thanks.
Now let's welcome the tutors. Get on stage. Please move close to each other. To take a picture. No,
We'll just stay behind the banner, right?
Yeah, don't look behind the banner, please.
Now raise your hand. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Now.